Morning. I'm Jane McNulty, and I own a music studio here in Murfreesboro called Music for Everyone. And you're probably wondering why a music teacher is here at the farmer's market, which is not a bad question because most of the classes I think deal with growing and how to grow and things to grow and what to do with the growing things. So but the reason is because of course, the farmer's market is a place that we come and enjoy fresh food, organic food, healthy things. We're working on our bodies, trying to bring wellness to our bodies, and that's wonderful. But there's a whole person that we need to take care of. So what we're not able to do with food is our intellectual wellness, or our spiritual wellness, or our social wellness, or those things, and that's where we come in. What we're about at Music for Everyone is teaching music with the wellness component. So we're about bringing the joy of music to your life, but also all the added benefits to your brain and to your body that music brings. So I'm curious, do I have any musicians in the house? Now these two, I did bring some students, so they're going to do a little show and tell in a little bit, but I'm curious, do you play? You don't play anything? I thought you did. I don't know why I always thought you did.
I took piano lessons, they didn't work.
Okay, well that was the first time. Anyone else play? What do you play?
I play guitar, drums, and saxophone.
Oh my. Wow. Do you play at school?
At my house.
At your house. So you have almost your own band going on there. A couple of those you can overlap. Music, you know, before I lose you, before you think, oh, I can't do this, I'm not musical, let me just talk to you about some of the benefits of learning music and why it has become so important to our wellness. Over the last 15 to 20 years, as our population has aged, there has been incredible research on how to age well and how to create a life as we age that is fulfilled and healthy and growing. And music keeps coming up to the top of ways to keep not only our brain sharp, primarily our brain sharp, but also to help with loneliness, depression, anxiety, all of these things. And so a few years ago, I have taught piano forever, well, since she was born. And then I kind of fell into this whole thing about music and wellness and discovered a course that teaches piano in a very natural, organic, easy, no stress way. Don't have to even own one. And it has proven to be successful to many students who I'm going to read some of their letters that they wrote for you today to this class as well, and then we're going to do a little show and tell. So some of the science that has come out of all of this research with music is we know that when you learn music, it creates new neural paths in our brains. And many times people will say, I cannot do this. I can't do this. Well, it's because you don't have a neural path in your brain that's done this before. So we're going to create one. And that's going to make your brain bring more plasticity to your brain. And so it's one of the best because you're basically learning a new language. And not only are you learning a new language, but you're applying it. So then you've got right brain, left brain, hands, eyes, all of these things working together to learn and to play music. It has been proven to improve concentration and memory. Again, because we're working the brain, we're increasing that muscle in the brain, or the brain that is the muscle. It has been proven to beat the blues, anxiety, depression, and loneliness. But probably the funnest thing about this is it increases the hormone that is the human growth hormone. And that hormone is responsible for osteoporosis, arthritis, hair loss, wrinkles. So that is constant. Every time you're making music, that hormone is being released in your body. I think we could do an infomercial and just sell it on that alone. You know, that keeps us young, and that's what we're doing. So when I talk to people about music, I hear a lot of, again, I've been doing this a long time. The first thing I usually hear is, I'm not musical. I have zero talent. It didn't take. Tried it as a kid, didn't work. We're going to talk about it. Yeah? You took them as a kid, piano lessons?
The Burro Ride was the last piece I ever played.
The Burro Ride. But heard that a lot. I've heard that, I have no talent. I've heard I'm too old to learn. I've heard I can't afford it. All of these things that come up over and over. And we're going to talk about all of those things. First of all, we're never too old to learn. We know that now. That, again, has been proven, that our brain is never too old to learn something new. The good news about the piano, and we have other instruments as well. We also teach the dulcimer, the guitar, and the ukulele. But the good news, primarily we do piano, is that learning the piano is a skill, not a talent. It's a skill. If you push a certain key, it's going to play that same note every time, no matter how you hit it. You don't have to hear something, you don't have to do something weird with your mouth, like forming around a horn. You don't have to adjust your finger like on a violin. Every time you hit it, it's going to play. So learning piano is a skill, and a skill you can learn, just like crochet, or something else that you've learned in your life as an adult. And you can learn, again, from the moment you're born to the moment you die. Your brain can accept and learn new information. And so, piano, you're never too old. So we talked about that. Sorry, I think there was someone coming in. I'm distracted. Then I hear, I'm not musical. Heard that one a lot. Sorry, but you are. Your heart beats in 4/4 time. You've known music and rhythm since the moment you were conceived. And so, it doesn't work either. So you are musical. You are rhythmic. We are. Our whole lives are set to rhythm. We walk in 4/4 time, which is I know that's a musical term you may not have heard before, but everything we do is music. You listen to it, you've listened to it all of your life. So your ear is somewhat developed. Then we talk about can't afford it. Gotcha on that one too. Because we loan instruments, and the classes are just about as inexpensive as we can make them. So we're trying to be, sorry. Hello. Come in, come in. Please have a seat. So our classes, again, I have a studio, it's downtown, and we're going to do a little show and tell here for you in a little bit. But they're very stress-free, they're fun, we do it in a group format, everyone goes at their own pace, it's very comfortable. We stay with the method, but what we love about this method is that it has orchestrated tracks that we play along with. So from the very first day, you're playing along with a big band, or you're playing along, we do hymns, or we do a lot of boogie. But you're playing along with these tracks that, and we'll play a little bit in a minute, and you can hear them. But it makes it fun. You're not alone. You're not just sitting there, if you've had any piano before, doing this. You might be doing that, but there's a big band behind you. That's kind of what we're about, is making music, having fun, and getting healthier. So before I came here today, I asked some of my students if they would share with me what their experiences have been with the studio. So I brought a couple, and then I also brought a couple. So I want to read this one that I got yesterday. I joined Music for Everyone after retiring from a 35-year career as a registered nurse. I had plenty of time on my hands and was so excited about doing the things that brought me pleasure. The only problem was I had taken care of others for so long, I really wasn't quite sure where to start. That sounds familiar. I joined our local YMCA and I saw they were offering piano classes. I didn't know anything about music, couldn't read a note, had never played a musical instrument, but what I did have was an interest and willingness to learn. I signed up that day and started with a group of people I had never met. Today, I go to class with those same folks, only today I call them friends. Piano for me has been an opportunity to learn a new language, the language of music. Today I can read music and I can play really mean jingle bells. I learn new things at every class, can do things I never dreamed I could do, but most important, I'm having fun. That kind of sums it up, doesn't it? Yeah. So I wanted you to meet some of my students before we show off a little bit. And let them share their experiences with you about learning music as an adult, you know, which is different learning as a child. You know, some adults think, you know, again, I hear a lot, it's too late. Well, actually, you have an advantage. You have experience of life. You have the desire and the willingness to learn. If you took lessons as a child, someone else was writing that check. When you're an adult, you're writing the check. And that changes the motivation a lot. But I was wondering, Mike, if you would kind of share your experiences with being with this studio.
Some time back, about 3 years ago, my wife and I were watching a PBS program. Maybe you've seen it. Played piano in a flash. And we got enthralled with that. And so we ordered the books, a substantial amount of money, of course, the contributions to the station. Received the books, the pamphlets, the CDs, DVDs, and I looked through them and I said, no, it's not going to work at all. As it turns out, I was at St. Clair Senior Citizen Center. I'm learning how to crochet, and I saw this article that said that there were going to be piano classes there. And so I said, wow, maybe I can learn enough to get some money back out of these books that we spent. As it turns out, no musical talent whatsoever, but I did really enjoy the program. And Jane is a great teacher, very patient, which is a good thing for most of us. And I have been with it for, I think I'm going to my 3rd year. And as she says, we just stay with it. I'm not that good, but I do enjoy it. So I'll probably be with her for about another 40 years.
He's great. You know, once you join any program with the studio, you can come to as many classes during the week as you want. And Mike comes to pretty much all of them. He comes to every piano class. Both we teach at the St. Clair and we teach at my studio, and he's at all but one. I think Mike is there learning.
Yeah, I have to take it one day off to do some stuff around the house.
Yeah. I think the rest of the time your wife is just, go do music.
But this is, it's well worth your time and effort and energy to take this lesson. You will enjoy it. You'll get a CD that you can put in your CD player and play along with it, and it will help you, and you will enjoy it. That's what
Thanks, Mike. You know, the thing that is hardest for us to express to you is, I'm not trying to sell you lessons. I'm trying to help you understand that music can change your life, and that music can help, as we grow older, bring joy, bring intellectual stimulation, bring a stress-free experience, bring a new community of friends, many of whom work here at the farmer's market. I have several students that are here. It's about wellness. We are so passionate about spreading this word about what music can do. And again, we try to make it as easy. We try to take out every obstacle for you that we can to bring you closer to the music. And the biggest obstacle that we find that we have is fear, that we can't do it. But I promise you, right? I tell my students that for the first month or so, you just have to trust me. You just have to trust me. And all of a sudden you'll get those little aha moments, those light bulbs that'll go out and I get it. We do lots of fun things together. We have gatherings, Christmas. I'm hoping to do one this summer. We also play down at the farmer's market, or the downtown market on Saturday mornings. We play there a couple times in the summer just to try to get people excited about music and bring more music into their lives. So I have another student here, and I know he wrote something, but I'm wondering if you would just speak for us.
And I did not appreciate the opportunity that was given to me by my parents or the amount of money that they were spending on those lessons. I did not want to practice, and probably didn't practice like I should. Well, I had been reading about these classes in the newsletter from the Senior Center and had been wanting to take the classes for a long time, so finally I cleared all of my Tuesdays so I could take the class. I went back in the beginning class as if I didn't know anything. I wanted to awaken those brain cells that had died. I did very well. I remembered a lot of things. And I'm leaving that class to join one of her classes at the studio, moving up a step. I also understand the importance of keeping the brain active. And as you get older, those brain cells die and you need to do a lot of things to keep yourself active. I love to practice. I can't get enough books. I practice all the time, and one of my favorite times to practice is right before I go to bed. I love it.
Thank you very much. Hi there.
Hi.
How are you? This is another student of mine. We're just kind of sharing our experiences with our new friends. What do you think about the classes? What have they meant to you?
Did you get my email?
No.
Okay. Well, okay, to make it kind of brief, when I was a little girl, my mother taught me, like, get in here. And so I learned to read music, and I can still read music. But, I never paid attention to time. I played whatever I wanted to play. I played the notes half of the time. So when I started with Jane, first thing she encouraged me to do was to slow down, read the time signatures, and play. I mean, 3/4 play that. You don't play 6/8 time on 3/4. So anyway, I got slowed down, and then we started on scales, which, oh please, and then major and minor keys, and then we started on dynamics. And there you go to town.
Yeah.
You can go all the way from a squeaky mouse to a lion that roars, because, depends on the signatures. And I learned to read what the signatures meant, where you increase or decrease, and then we learned tempo, where you can sleep or you can run. So that's kind of what I've learned since I've been with Jane. I have learned to appreciate music and realize that the more you're into music and the more you understand the construction, it really enhances your playing. So I've come a long way. And I'm going to go along the way. I learned how to pedal.
One other thing I would like to say, that her method is so much easier to learn than the way we were taught back when we were younger. Her method is great. It's good for all ages.
What I like about Jane is she kind of eases you into it. And all of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm really learning quite a bit. I understand sharps and flats, but it's you're just moving along the stream, and all of a sudden there you are.
Now, some of the things she's mentioning, the book that we work out of doesn't really go into theory. It's kind of just dropped in here. We're playing from the beginning. But then what we do is we have workshops on Saturdays that you can come to learn more if you want to. You don't have to learn scales. For some people, that's a 4-letter word. But if you never want to do a scale, you never have to. It's not a part of the basic course. But we do offer more things for those who want a little bit more of a traditional taste to their music education, music learning.
As far as being older, I think that older you get, particularly when you retire, or you're at an empty desk or something, it gets a little harder to put yourself out there because know, if particularly when you retire, you almost have to get a new identity. Who am I? I had a place, but now, what do I do? So, there are many things you can do. Music has to be the one I think, which is gardening. But then,
Gardening.
you realize that, hey, I can do this. It gives you a real sense of fulfillment and achievement. I think everybody should stay connected to people.
Yes. Of course, we do other instruments. We have ukulele, which is just fun. That we present in a workshop format. So it's just 2 Saturdays we're done, and then we meet once a month in a club. We just kind of all get together and practice together. The guitar, we do guitar lessons. And then this other little thing back here, if you recognize it, is a dulcimer. I'll bring it to the front. And this was requested. If you've ever been to, well, I know we've all been to Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge or Uncle Dave's Make-A Days, and we buy these things because they're really cool looking, and they're probably the easiest thing to play that has ever been made. We play it on our lap, so you can even look at it. So this is another workshop that we started because for some they just want something simple and yeah, it's just something kind of fun to do. So this is a dulcimer. So we also offer workshops in dulcimer, but it all gets you to the same place, and that is bringing music into your life. The other thing that we encourage is learning how to listen to music, because we know that if you, someone was here earlier saying that she had a major surgery recently, and during her recovery, or in preparation for her recovery, she created a playlist of very relaxing music because it was a stressful recovery, and just listened to that the whole time. And we're actually doing a workshop this summer on how to create a playlist for when you need to be brought up, when you need to relax, when you need to be inspired, when you need, so we're doing a workshop on that. We're also doing a workshop on, again, with sometimes as we get older or we retire, our world starts to shrink. And so we're doing a workshop on keep expanding our world as we retire, not bring it in. And then the third one that we're doing this summer is about flow, and that is about just kind of getting your get back. Kind of getting back to where you, actually you could probably teach that one, Janet, but to just keeping it going and kind of, reinventing yourself in retirement. So we're not only about the music, we're about keeping well as we age. That's what all of this is about. So do any of you have questions for our 3 students here? Anything that you're curious about what we're doing, or again, the one thing that we hear most of all is, or it comes out in different ways, but it's the fear of all of this. It's, I don't know if I can do this. But I will say, when we start lessons, I tell people, you don't ever have to turn your piano on. I don't care if you ever turn it on. I don't care if you put headphones on and you play with headphones at every lesson. I don't care. This is your journey. This is your health. This is your brain. You can do this any way you want to. If we go perform somewhere, it's just for those who want to. Some people never want to play in a public place, and that's fine. This is your journey. All I'm trying to do is facilitate you to better health through music. And that's it. It's very that simple. Any questions for any of us before we play a little bit for you? Yeah. Do you know everyone in this room pretty much?
Well, I'll find you.
She knows everybody everywhere. Well, we thought we would play a few songs for you, just so you can kind of hear. But before we do that, often at the lessons we begin with, some groups do this and some don't, with a wellness exercise to help us breathe and just kind of focus and get the rest of the world out and just let the music in. So I'd like to just do that with all of us together. And I have some music I'm going to put on, and so if you can get yourself comfortable, we're just going to do a little breathing, a little stretching, just to relax a little bit. Nope, I just think that I didn't have the extension cord. Go with the music in. breathing. Just focus on your breathing. I want you to inhale slowly through your nose. Hold it. Release slowly through your mouth. And a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. Exhale slowly. One more time. Deep breath in. And exhale. Now we're just going to loosen our shoulders by doing some shoulder rolls to the front. Just big shoulder rolls. And do a few to the back. Relax. Now we're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears. Hold, 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 release. Shoulders up again. Hold. And release. One last time. Shoulders up. And release. Relax. Now we're going to loosen our neck. Just turn it side to side. Just one more deep breath in. And exhale. Very nice. Doesn't it feel good just to center? All of these are a part of the program. All right, my fine musicians, do you want to find a piano? You gonna play with us?
If you need me.
Yes, I need you. I have 4 pianos and 3 students, so that means I need you. These are the books that we use, and if you want to look at them before you leave, you're welcome to. This is the fastest growing music student in the United States today is the student over 60. And this method, well, some of you are young for that, but this method was created for this specific thing, to bring wellness to adults. These are the same keyboards that we use in the studio. Yes. It's kind of falling apart, but you'll get the idea. It's okay. And there are 8 books in this series. Okay, we all forgot our list. So how about we start with Saints Go Marching In? Do you have that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one first. 4.
I have to tell you, I was mad at her last night, and Linda announced we were having class, so Janice was playing this one.
Oh, well, there you go. She should be here too.
Yeah.
Linda Stevens, if you know her, she's a student of mine as well. Yes, well, she's got 2 houses she's trying to deal with, so yeah, she's a busy lady. The way that we learn in the piano course, we learn how to read the left hand, and some of you this will make sense, and some of you it won't, but it's okay. We also learn to play by chords. You know, some people just want to put the left hand down and do something with the right. So we kind of learn both ways. So this is one of the, so this is one of the songs that's within the first few months that we learned this one. I'm going to try to keep this volume under control. I don't really know the root, but here we go. So this is, oh, when the Saints Go Marching. Oh, when the saints. Yeah, the books fall apart, yeah.
Probably from overuse.
Overuse. What track is that?
It's 28 Orchestra.
28. This is the CD that you play along with, and it's comes with the book. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, Nicely done. We're just having a good time. What else did we put on the list?
Yoga counseling,
Okay, that's the third. And what's another one?
ocean breeze,
Ocean Breeze. You wanna do Ocean
jazz
Breeze?
hands.
Oh, jazz hands. Okay. So now we're going into the red book. So let's do, Melba, I'll do duet,
Okay.
solo, duet, solo. This is called Ocean Breeze. One, two, ready, go. 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's different here because it's hard to hear the track. Okay, we have one more. Let's do jazz hands. That's book. 26. And it's fun music. It's not, what did you say your last song was?
Rural Ride.
The Burro Ride. It's not the Burro Ride. We've come a long way since the Burro Ride. I think that was John Thompson. Those red books. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Sound right? Yeah. Oh, John Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Horrible. It's just punishment for a child. It was. Oh, I got the wrong one coming up. Hold on. That's not it. Hold on. There we go. One, two, ready, go. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Rest, 2, 3. to encourage you to get music in your life. And if you can learn it, all the better. The Murfreesboro is filled with music stores, music teachers, lots of instruments. Whether I ever see you again or not doesn't matter. It's getting music into your life. It's strengthening your brain. It's working with your arthritis. It's de-stressing your life. It's living longer, making music. Music, they did a Gallup poll in 2011, and over 65% of adults wished they had learned music or could play an instrument. So it's never too late, and we just want you to get out and play it and have a good time. So yes.
Can you play the dulcimer? I like to hear that.
I can do a little. I actually have an instructor that does this one, but this one is all on the lab. So this is a real easy one because you're just pushing down on these little, they're called frets, and they're scrape string. I'm out of tune. And it's played by number. You don't even have to read notes on this one. These frets are numbered, and the music is numbered. Let's see, I'm trying to remember one of her songs. I have a gal from Smyrna that comes and teaches the dulcimer, but it's fun. They just do these little melodies with the dulcimer.
What if you don't even know the good enough to hear the tune?
You know
Then
what?
you have to have somebody else do it.
No. They make little electronic tuners. They go on all of these, and you turn it on, and it turns green when it's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have an answer to
I'm
every
telling you, we've made this. We have made learning music so hard, and I think it's just a group of fuddy-duddy old piano teachers that have made it seem like the impossible dream, and it's not. We've just made it too hard, and the whole focus of our studio is to say, this is not hard. And not only is it not hard, but it's fun, it's doable. I mean, whatever excuse you've got, I'm gonna knock you down, because everybody should be doing music.
I just proved that to you.
Yes. I mean, this is by numbers. When the gal that teaches it does not read music. And she'll have a sheet in front of her, and it'll say 3, 2, 1, 4, 5, and she's just, and when she teaches it, she numbers them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So really, you're just looking, okay, 3, 1. That's absolutely it. That's absolutely it. And we're playing at the Uncle Dave this year. We've got a whole group that's going to play at the Uncle Dave Making Days, and they're looking at numbers.
When is that?
That one, Uncle Dave is,
It's in July.
yeah, it's the second weekend. Second weekend of July.
Okay.
On Friday and Saturday. And we're going to be on the second stage with ukuleles and dulcimers. I know ukulele is not really a bluegrass instrument, but we're going to take it anyway and do a little bit. So, and it's just going to be a bunch of adults up there. But we're going to have fun, and that's what we do. So, if you want any more information, again, I'm honestly, from the bottom of my heart, not trying to sell you. I'm just trying to sell you to get music into your life. If you want to call me and say, I don't like you, can you recommend a different teacher? I am happy to do it. I swear, I'm happy to do that. I will lead you where you want to go. If you say cello is really the instrument that I want to learn, I'll find you a cello teacher. I just want you to do music. And if you want any information, I won't hound you, I'll call you once. If you'll give me your name and phone number, I will direct you into the way. And there's, just want you to do music.
That students learn at different rates and different ways. And I think that's why a lot of us, as young people, did not like music when it was taught. It was because the way it was taught.
Everybody.
And other people excel that way, but I was not one of them
Yeah.
that excelled.
Yeah, and we don't push this really fast. We don't, this is, what all of this is called recreational music. If you never learn to read it, it doesn't matter. If all you want to do is be able to play, Kumbaya this summer around the fireplace with a guitar, then that's what we'll teach you. whether you ever learn to read a note or know what a treble clef is, doesn't matter. It's about bringing music in and living longer with music. And because we have all these other things, we have supplements, we have organic fruits, we have all of these things, but the thing that we're missing is for our insight from our brain, for happiness. So put music in your life. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I'm sure you were wondering what the heck this was, but I'm glad you were here, and I hope to see you someday doing music. I have some information there in the back that has all my information on it. So thank you very much. There is a door prize that we have. I brought a little music bag.